Hey, how's it going, everyone? Today I'm going to be doing a video on this Transformer Studio Series 86 Bone Crusher Constructicon. Um, I'm excited about this one. I love already the way maybe a few things bugged me at first, but once I got this guy in hand, um, I was definitely convinced. And I don't have, like I said, if anybody's seen my previous video on Scrapper, I don't have a point of reference when it comes to combiners, like as far as the combiner war stuff or anything else before Legacy, right, or before this one, right. I think the only one I ever had, and I don't have it anymore, was the G1 version of the Devastator. Obviously, this is a massive upgrade all around. Um, but yeah, so like I said, I wasn't gonna do this one, but I was trying to see other. I like seeing other people's opinions on the on Transformers figures in general, and I didn't see too many videos on this guy except for Prime versus Prime. I love that guy, by the way, he's awesome. But yeah, I didn't see too many other ones other than that. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna give it a shot, and hopefully I can put something out there that somebody likes out there. So let me know if you guys like seeing the Transformers videos that I make. And I'll continue doing them. Usually I do Dragon Ball SH figure stuff. That's my main content. Aside from other stuff I collect, Marvel Legends, the Spiders, DC stuff like Revoltech. But yeah, I definitely don't collect all Transformers. I get the ones I like or that I really want. And I'm definitely gonna get these guys. I'm definitely gonna get the aerial bots. I think I get the two aerial bots today, Slingshot and Air Raid. Um, so you guys let me know if you want to see the videos on those as well, because there's already a lot on those guys as well, and sometimes it's a lot of work. Um, but like I said, I do love the stuff, and I'm gonna keep putting it out there, especially if I get the motivation, the support from everybody out there from the community that loves this stuff, right? That loves the Transformers. But anyways, on to the video. I got this from Amazon. And so far as the community goes, I see it's a little divided, right? I feel like a lot of people don't like this new so far what they've seen for the new Studio Series Transformers, the Devastator, right? Not everybody, but there's a decent amount. But at the same time, this guy's already he's not $25 anymore on Amazon. He literally released yesterday on Amazon for $25. That's how much I paid. And he's already about $40 today. That's in the matter of over hours, not even a full day. I think last night it was already climbing. So I don't know what's going on. Like I said, let's get to it. I'm definitely gonna try to do the scale. I'm gonna try to be thorough and show you everything transformation, and also show you the arm mode for this guy, which looks pretty cool. So I do love these boxes, by the way. These are really nice boxes. They're really sturdy and not easily to break or bend. So just want to say that. All right, there he is right there. He's a deluxe class, right? Everybody's familiar with deluxe classes. They don't come with much. If anything at all. Usually it's just the a weapon or nothing, right, for deluxe classes. But I feel like as just on first glance when I open this guy, as far as appearances go, he looks better than most deluxe classes. I think a lot of work and effort went into this guy, compared to other deluxe classes, right? Sometimes you see deluxe classes where, the joints feel really loose or flimsy, or the plastic doesn't feel like it's the greatest quality. For some reason, to me, this is my opinion. Again, the plastic feels of good quality. I've seen some Transformers figures that feel like they're really cheap. I'm gonna give you a good example of one. I think there was a Legacy one. I forgot what that guy's name was. Okay, so I remember the name of the figure, Red Cog. I had that guy and I was messing with him and he broke on me so easily. I felt like the plastic was so flimsy on that guy. Um, it was very flimsy, weak, and it just like the connection when you connect them into this vehicle mode, it was just like a very one sliding in tab, and that was it to hold everything together. That thing broke on me so easily. But anyways, like I said, if you've been collecting Transformers for a while, you always get that one Transformer as a deluxe class that looks a lot less better than other deluxes, right? Other deluxes get a lot more love, some don't, right? For some reason. This guy feels like he got a lot of love for sure. I like the way he looks. He feels really sturdy. The plastic feels strong. The joints don't feel loose already, right? As from the get-go, like nothing feels loose. As far as the appearance goes, I will say that The arms did bug me at first. They were a little short. But he grew on me. And then I saw the video from Prime versus Prime. I got to see it on his. He's got a good camera. I got to see it on him, and it looked really good. And he was able to pose it really well. And eventually it grew on me. It became to the point where a lot of these guys have different body types in their robot mode. I already saw images of Long Haul and Hook. Right, Long Haul looks a little wider and chunkier. Not as chunky as Combiner Wars, obviously, but the point is that these guys, I feel, in their robot mode, to me, in my opinion, represent um, their alt modes, right? They're a representation of their construction vehicle. So I feel like the fact that they have, for in his instance, the shorter limbs, or Long Haul's a little thicker, or Scrapper's arms look a little longer. I think Scrapper's come up to like here. I think they're a representation of the vehicle type they are, right? These guys are construction vehicles. Their bodies are going to be construction type. So I was okay with that. I'm okay with it. And then once I got past that, I ended up loving these guys. And so far, the first two, I love the way they look. And Hook and Long Haul look really great from the stuff I've seen so far. So I'm definitely excited. I don't have, like I said, a Devastator, and I'm gonna throw just nothing but positive stuff out there. I've been hearing so much negative out there, so I think it's time for something good out there. But anyways, as far as appearances, like I said, it looks good. I like this green. I actually like the green. I would have been okay with any green realistically, but I like the green. It looks really good. Very neonish. I like that. Definitely looks cool. And obviously he comes with only his one gun, right? Like I said, he does have the I'm not a person that bugs whereas back cable bugs me a lot. These guys are robots to me. I expect them to have a decent amount, right? But as far as gaps also, like hollow gap, they definitely filled out a lot of things on this guy. So like I said, it's like that thing I said for a deluxe class. He definitely has a lot of love put into him. And rightly so. Like I said, this guy should be sturdy, especially if he's going to become a limb and hold up a whole arm, right? The rest of the forearm and the face, and possibly a gun for a combined robot, right? He should definitely be sturdier. So anyways, let me show you guys that head sculpt real quick, because that head sculpt is definitely insane. Looks really awesome, right? Hopefully that comes through. I'm trying to make sure it's as clear as possible. Right, there's the Decepticon emblem. Looks really good. All right, I'm definitely gonna go through the articulation with this guy real quick, because I didn't get to see too many. Like I said, once again, aside from Prime vs. Prime, that guy's very thorough. I like that guy. Shout out to him. Aside from him, nobody really else shows the way he moves, the articulation, what he has, what he doesn't have, right? Things like that. Those are the things we want to know, right? So as far as the head goes, for sure, it definitely moves up because of the transformation hinge right here, right? The head actually looks up decently, which I like, right? Let me bring that up a little more. And it actually moves forward. If you move this out, he can actually look down a little bit too, right? Because of the transformation joint, so that's pretty cool. I like that. I was already using that in some poses. Definitely rotates all around, right? Arms definitely rotate all around. Ankle swivel here, right? There's definitely ankle swivel. The wrists don't rotate. I never expect rotation on wrists for deluxe classes, right? On the off chance that they give it to us, I love it. It's a bonus, right? Voyagers on up, I do expect that for sure. Anyways, these don't tab in right here. I would have been nice if they did tab in. I will say that, but it doesn't bug me that much. They stay in place for the most part, right? If anything, you could use them to extend the arms out a little more downward, so that looks kind of cool if you ever wanted to do some downward looking poses. So there's that. Legs definitely kick up that much, right? As far as the legs go, the legs are really good. You can do a full split, right? Let me get this real quick. All right, and then as far as the knees goes, I will say, like I said, all these joints are really tight, and I like that. I collect other figures, and sometimes we get figures that, especially for Dragon Ball, loose joints are just not the greatest. Knees bend that much, right? Love that. There's a thigh swivel right there. Hip swivels a bit too. The ankle rocker is awesome, right? Definitely get some awesome poses with that. As far as the I think this is the biggest part right here everybody wants to know. He does have a waist swivel, right? You do have to move the shovel piece here a little bit out the way. He does move with it there, right? Hold on, let me get that better angle, sorry. So he does move left and right with the shovel there, right? But if you do have to move, untab it slightly. And then he does have, this is because of the transformation, because of the shoulder joint that he becomes for Devastator. But he can do that too, so definitely swivel. There you go, all the way around. So you can definitely work in some poses with that, even if you have to adjust this a little bit, right? So that's pretty cool. I thought that was great, even though it's only there mostly for transformation, right? Or for the assistance of the shoulder joint for Devastator. So that was pretty cool. Here's the other piece that attaches to the back of the his back, of course, to for his backpack. But I know this is part of the forearm for Devastator, so I like keeping it there. I don't like having things lying around. So if I can put it on there, I don't mind it. It's fine. It works for me. The transformation is pretty easy. Sorry, it's pretty easy. Let's get through this quickly. See if we can do this. I like to rotate the arms so that they look like this, right from the top, and then you rotate the forearm and the fist this way so that this tab right here, this tab here is going to go into that slot right here, right? So you're going to go like this. Pretty much going to bring it down, slide it on that elbow joint until it tabs in. Sorry, I'm working with a small, there you go. So it's going to look like that. All right, same thing with the other hand, with the other arm. I like to rotate it like this, rotate that this way until it tabs in like that. All right, you'll hear the tab in. And then I like to keep them like that, right? So then you bring down the shovel, and then you're gonna bend it forward on that ab crunch, right? And then you're gonna grab the upper part and push that backwards like that, so that it looks like that, right? You roll in the head for BONECRUSHER in there, it fits in nicely, so that's cool. And then you're gonna make sure you push that up a little bit more and bend that downward a little more so it looks like this. You're going to bring these arms into the center, all right? And don't worry if they don't tab in completely, like they should tab in here in the back parts here for sure, here and here, and to each other before you actually close the rest like this, right? But right there, you see there's a little gap right here. Okay, so that's not going to tab in, or and right here as well, or fall into place until you close the rest of the bottom half, right? So once you do that, then it closes. See that? So you bring this piece up, shovel out the way, and then you turn this around. You close the feet, obviously close the feet. Knees are good. And then you're going to bring the legs this way like this, all right? And then you're going to pretty much tab in this tab right here into a slot right there. And then these two tabs will slot into the sides right here. So you're going to try to slide that in just like that. This side doesn't have those tabs on the bottom. It has just one big one right there. It's going to tab in there. And then that's the same one here for that spot right there. Same thing for there. And then there you go, right? Just like that. And then you bring in the shovel like this. And there you go. So there you go, right there. There's BONECRUSHER right there. I hope you can see it good on this camera. I want you guys to see all the details. At first, I will agree as well on the paint issue. I thought I wanted some more paint, or could use some more paint. It probably could still use it, but for the most part, I mean, these guys are supposed to be all green mostly, right? And I think that the paint it has does the job. It works. I'm okay with it. It's not too bad. It's not tabbed in. There you go. Sorry about that. So yeah, anyways, there he is. He looks pretty good. There he is from the front, from the side, and there he is from the back. And this is what he looks like from the bottom. Everything looks clean and put away. It doesn't like stand out or anything, right? So that's good. Here he is next to Scraper. So I'm sorry, Scraper. I'm starting to say it like I heard this one guy say it. Scrapper. Sorry, here he is next to Scrapper, right? Looks pretty good. I feel like this guy being slightly bigger than BONECRUSHER it works well. I expect this guy to be definitely slightly bigger, especially since he's a foot and a Voyager, so that's cool. All right, there you go. So You can tab in the his gun right here on the top if you want to, right, like that, which I like to keep in vehicle mode, so that's pretty good. I definitely love these guys so much already that I think I'm gonna definitely get a I'm gonna make sure I get a second copy of it, but I'm gonna have like, you know, one set in Devastator mode, and then I'm gonna have another set in just like vehicle robot mode or just for posing or whatnot. So definitely love these guys that much. So let's move on to the I'm gonna show you guys how this is gonna look and how it works when he's in his arm mode real quick. So we're gonna take this off. It's not too hard for the most part. All you have to do really is you untap the legs from this piece here, right? Just untap it like that, and you bring this out. Right, you bring that out all the way to the bottom. Then you can close these back up. And when you close these back up, that tab that it connects to right here, actually, just that tab alone definitely holds this. It's not flimsy at all. You know, it doesn't fall everywhere, so you can easily shake it, and those treads are not gonna come off. So I like that those two tabs hold that in. So anyways, keep it like that. You rotate this. Obviously, it's gonna peg in somewhere in there like that, and that's pretty much it right there, right? And then he becomes the arm right there, whether it's this one the other way. So I think the other piece of the forearm is gonna go here with the fist, and that'll complete the arm. But yeah, definitely. And then here you go with the shoulder joint. This is the reason he had that ab crunch, right? Because the shoulder joint for Devastator is gonna be like this. So that's how much it comes out. You can move the shovel out the way, right, slightly. You want to move that out the way, and then he goes all the way up, right? So you completely come all the way straight up for sure. It doesn't go further than that any higher. Nope. Definitely opens like that. And like I said, it's really sturdy. It really holds in place. Like you can shake it and it's not going to fall, right? Like I'm shaking it and it's not moving. It's a nice tight joint. It's staying in place. So when he holds that fist in that gun, it's not going to go anywhere. So this is pretty much what it looks like. Same thing, right? You can shake this thing and it's really sturdy. Like I'm giving it nice shakes and nothing's falling out of place or moving around. So that's one thing that I really love already about this, is that it's going to be holding its own body weight when it comes to all the limbs, so that you can get those poses and holding stuff and guns and stuff. So that's awesome. All right, and then just real quick, one last thing, just for comparison. Here is Scrapper in his foot mode, right? And I'm going to put BONECRUSHER right next to it in his arm mode, so you guys can get an idea. All right, so there you go. There he is in his arm mode, right leg, left arm. So I think that looks, let me back that up a little more so you guys can see it better. That looks great, right? Just to get an idea of what that's going to look like. So anyways, well, that's pretty much it for today, everyone. Let me know what you guys thought about the video. Like I said, I'm going to try to work towards putting more Transformer content out there. Let me know if you guys like seeing what it is you like seeing, and what stuff, you know, could be left out or removed. And then I'm just going to go with the general consensus. So thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed and got something out of this, and finally understand the movement and articulation of this guy. If you enjoyed the video, give me a like, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time, and I will show you real quick little pose for BONECRUSHER, so you guys can see the range of those legs and those ankles. So that looks really cool, and I love that. Looks awesome. Take care.